Hey guys, it's Timmy, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we are here very early in the morning or late at night, depending on how you look at it, to talk about tonight's G1 Climax 29 finals, and not just the finals of the tournament, but some of the other stuff that actually took place on this show, as this is a pretty damn noteworthy show. I did only see the last 3 matches, but those were the most noteworthy things to boot from this show. And I mean, I'm just going to say right now, Kota Bushi won the G1. Kota Bushi made history winning tonight's G1, as he's the first person to ever win the G1, the New Japan Cup, and the Best of the Super Juniors. I'm going to run down that entire match, but I also wanted to talk about what happened with Bullet Club and Kenta and Shibata, and also Okada and Suzuki. So, we had a 6-man tag team match. It was Bullet Club's Tama, Tonga, Tangaloa, and Bad Luck Fale taking on the team of Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, and Kenta. Now, towards the end of the match, Ishii was getting ready to tag in Kenta, and Kenta pulled his hand away, jumped off the apron. Announcers were like, well, what's going on? Kenta started to walk up the ramp backwards. Again, didn't know what was really going on here. And he then jumps into the ring eventually. Yoshihashi gets tagged in and whatnot, and Kenta jumps in the ring and attacks his partners. Now, before we go any further, 24 hours prior, Tama Tonga did send out a tweet stating that he has signed somebody new to Bullet Club. So, Kenta's attacking his partners. He's attacked Ishii. He's attacked Yoshihashi. He's taken them both out. And all of a sudden, the biggest shock of all, Shibata runs down. Katsuyori Shibata runs down, jumps in to make the save, hits a series of strikes on frickin' Kenta. Then he knocks Kenta into the corner, so Kenta's laying in the corner, and Shibata hits a delayed drop kick in the corner. And my first thought was, is this the first real, action Shibata has had since the injury that basically sidelined him and ended his career? I don't know if I have seen any other real action from Shibata since he was hurt, since he was told he can't wrestle anymore. Now, I don't know if he's going to come back now because he was able to do all this, but at one point he did put Kenta in a sleeper hold. Kenta then got out of it and put him in a sleeper hold. Tama Tonga would then jump in. Shibata fought him off with strikes. Tangaloa jumped in. Shibata fought him off with strikes. Shibata used a rear naked choke, like I said, on Kenta. Set him up for a penalty kick, but instead Jado came in with a kendo stick, and they took down Shibata. Kenta, surrounded by Bullet Club, then sat at the head of Shibata and did Shibata's pose where he crosses his feet and crosses his arms. We then learn that Kenta has joined Bullet Club. And within minutes of this happening, Kenta was the number 1 trend on Twitter. And also, I forgot to mention, when Shibata ran down, I don't remember the last time I heard a crowd that loud. And through the whole time, from the time Kenta and Shibata start going at it till Bullet Club leaves, that crowd was just on fire. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Find a clip, because that right there, everything aligned perfectly to start a hot angle. I mean, you had the idea of Kenta joining Bullet Club, turning on his team, but then the idea of Shibata, the one that helped train him after he left WWE, who got him into New Japan, who got him into the G1, coming down to, I guess, avenge Ishii and Yoshihashi. But that crowd and the way they were into this really helped sell it. Again, go watch it. Just amazing. Then we have a tag team match. It's Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. taking on what they kept calling the Dream Team in Kazuchika Okada and Hiroshi Tanahashi. And I'm watching this match, And my thoughts are, well, this is an okay match. There's nothing really special going on in this match, but everything is super solid, and there's nothing to complain about until Suzuki and Sabre just take over. Sabre at one point sends Tanahashi sends Sabre to the outside with a sling blade, then hit a Pescado. Okada hit Suzuki with a drop kick to the back. Suzuki avoided another one and hit a La Mastra. Tanahashi jumped in for the save, but Sabre took him out with a flying guillotine. Suzuki used a rear naked choke, then hit Okada with a gotch-style pile driver and pinned the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Now you have to remember, and you have to think about, Suzuki was not in the G1. Kevin Kelly said that recently Suzuki talked about not being in the G1, saying G1 is ending, everybody's summer is coming to a close, but my summer is about to get hot. And that's what happened tonight. He pinned the IWGP Heavyweight Champion after hitting him with a gotch-style pile driver. He then grabbed a microphone and cut a promo, basically telling Okada, he said that he lost to a guy that wasn't even allowed to be in G1. Suzuki then told Okada to hand over his IWGP Heavyweight Championship belt. So Suzuki is going to be one of the next challengers for that title. We know Sonata's going to be a challenger because he did pin Okada in the tournament in the G1. Kota Ibushi beat Okada in the G1, but because he won G1, I think they're going to wait to do that till Wrestle Kingdom, of course, unless somehow Suzuki beats Okada and wins the belt. Then I don't know where you go. I mean, you got to go Kota Ibushi, Suzuki at G1 at Wrestle Kingdom. But again, this was a just okay, very solid match to where at the end, all of a sudden, another hot angle built. Suzuki pinned the champion, and his whole thing was, I wasn't even allowed in the G1. I wasn't even a guy that was good enough this year for G1, and I just beat you. I love that. And then we move on to the finals of the G1 Climax 29 tournament. So Switchblade Jay White won the B block. Kota Ibushi won the A block. This match way exceeded my expectations. Great match. So Jay White comes out first, and he's got the entire Bullet Club with him, including new member Kenta. So they all come down to ringside. Kota Ibushi comes down, and Red Shoes goes, I ain't having any of this. Out, all of you. And Geto was like, hold on. How about I stay? I'll be nice and stay in our corner. They all go to the back. So Red Shoes was like, okay, you play nice. And Geto stayed. Everybody else went to the back. So match starts. Ibushi hits a dropkick, and White rolled to the outside. Ibushi tees the golden triangle off the post, but White pushed him into the post. Then he went to work on Ibushi's bad ankle, as Ibushi has had a bad ankle since the first night back in Dallas, Texas. Back inside, White hit a double underhook suplex into the turnbuckle. Ibushi went for a snap Hurricane Rana, but his ankle gave out. He got the Rana on his second try, but continued selling the ankle. Ibushi hit a power slam, then a moonsault. He followed it up with a flurry of kicks and then hit a standing moonsault. He went for a backflip kick, but White rolled the safety, and Ibushi continued selling the leg and the ankle. White then hit a blade buster for a 2 count. He went for the TTO submission, but Ibushi kicked him, and we get the 10-minute mark. Remember, in the finals of the G1, no time limit. Ibushi then hit a double stomp to the back. White hit a flatliner with a German suplex. White then hit a superplex. Went for a Kiwi Crusher, but Ibushi blocked it. Ibushi hit a package pile driver. White came back with a Uranagi, then used a Kiwi Crusher for a near fall at the 15-minute mark. White called for the Blade Runner. Ibushi escaped the move. Ibushi tried a Kamagoye, but White blocked it. White tried a sleeper suplex, but Ibushi reversed into his own sleeper suplex. And I forgot to mention, there was a part here early on in this match where Geto did try to get involved Red Shoe saw him, sent him to the back. Remember that. So Bushi teased lawn darting White into the turnbuckle. White slipped out, then shoved Bushi into Red Shoes. Red Shoes took a bump and rolled to the floor. White then hit a low blow on Kota Ibushi, and, as I stated, Gedo was sent to the back after trying to get involved early, but this time, referee down, he came back out. So Gedo comes back down to the ring, and he slid a chair into the ring. Gedo held Ibushi's leg while White hit him with a chair. Same thing they did to him last night. Gedo rolled outside, and White hit an inverted dragon screw. Gedo revived the referee, threw him back in the ring, and then hid outside of the ring so the referee never saw him. White applied the TTO submission. After a long struggle, Ibushi reached the bottom rope for the break right around the 20-minute mark. White tried for a sleeper suplex, but Ibushi hit a backflip kick. Ibushi lawn darted White into the buckle. White rolled to the apron, and Ibushi hit a deadlift German from the second rope into the ring. They got back to their feet, where White hit a palm strike to the chest. Ibushi no-sold it. He then lit White up with a number of strikes. Ibushi dared White to hit him back. White hit palm strikes to the face of Ibushi. Ibushi hit one of his own, and White dropped to the mat. Ibushi tried to pull White up for a lariat, but White hit a dragon screw instead. Ibushi did eventually hit the lariat, then used a last ride for a 2 count at the 25-minute mark. Ibushi then called for the bomb. White dropped to the mat before Ibushi could hit the move. He played possum. He did this last night against Naito too, where he played possum and dead-weighted himself. Referee then checked on him, making sure he wasn't hurt or could continue because, again, he's playing possum. Gedo jumped in with brass knuckles. Ibushi ducked the knuckles and kicked Gedo. White hit a sleeper suplex. Ibushi no-sold it. He then hit the bomb. Red Shoes called Rocky Romero in after he realized, hey, what is Gedo doing here? So he's like, Gedo, or Rocky, come pull this man out of the ring for me. Gedo got pulled out of the ring, and Ibushi hit a second bomb for a near fall. Ibushi went for the Kamigoye, but White blocked it. He kicked Ibushi's bad leg yet again. Ibushi hit a pair of high kicks. He went for the Kamigoye, but White reversed into a Blade Runner. Could not follow it up with a cover, though, as both men were exhausted at this point. White grabbed Ibushi's wrist. He teased a Kamigoye, or a cross-arm brainbuster, but Ibushi hit a headbutt to the chest, cutting him off. Ibushi hit a straightjacket German, went for a Kamigoye, but White blocked it with a sleeper suplex. White hit a second sleeper suplex, dropping Ibushi right on the top of his head. White went for the Blade Runner, but Ibushi hit a Kamigoye instead. Ibushi hit a jumping knee strike, then another Kamigoye, while White kicked out at 2. Then Ibushi hit a third Kamigoye and pinned Jay White 1-2-3 in the ring. Ibushi has won the 2019 G1 Climax 29 tournament. Again, like I stated earlier, Bushi made history winning the tournament tonight, as he is the first man to ever win all 3 of the major tournaments in New Japan. New Japan Cup, the Best of the Super Juniors, and the G1 Climax Tournament. So after the match, New Japan President Harold May came in, presented Ibushi with the flag and the trophy. Ibushi posed for photos before cutting a promo. Ibushi said, "This G1 has been the most important month of his life." Ibushi said that he made the finals last year, but was unable to win, and 1 year later, he won. He said that he could not be happier to have won this match. He said that he would not be here if it was not for the 20 other men that made up this tournament. He really put over everybody in the tournament, not just himself. Ibushi then said that altogether, we are going to tear up the wrestling world. He said a new era is starting in New Japan Pro Wrestling that starts today. He thanked everyone that was watching. He said he'll see everyone next year in the G1. Great match. Way exceeded my expectations. When I saw the match was Kota Ibushi and Jay White, I was like, oh, that'll be good, but I don't know how great it can be. No, it was great. Great match. Again, the last 3 matches are something to be seen. The whole thing with Kenta joining Bullet Club was just holy crap. That couldn't have been done better, and they couldn't have asked for a better crowd reaction. That crowd reaction made it. Shibata coming out was a complete shocker to everybody. Him getting physical the way he did, another complete shocker to everybody. Then, Okada getting pinned by Suzuki, and Suzuki doing the thing of basically saying, you suck. I wasn't even good enough for G1, and I just beat you? So, man, if you guys have not seen these 3 matches, again, the matches, like the 2 tag matches, were okay. Nothing to say great matches themselves, but the angles and the stories that are going to come off of those 2 tag matches, the 6-man and the regular tag match, whew. Like the stories that are coming out of that, great. And then the finals of the G1, last year's match was better with Kota Bushi and Tanahashi, but this match was really, really good. Probably, I'd go as far as say it was a great match. I really, really enjoyed Jay White and Kota Bushi. But with that, I'm going to wrap things up. It is late or early, depending on where you live. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And I thank you all for joining me here live to talk about the G1. Again, if you did not catch the G1 show tonight and you want to just say, I'll watch some of it, watch the final 3 matches, because that's the noteworthy stuff. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you live again after Monday Night Raw. Good night, guys. Or good morning, depending on where you live.